They say I'm distant, say I've changed, but they weren't there in the days I stayed. Stayed quiet, stayed small, held it in through it all. You had to be me to understand why I walk the way I stand, why I don't answer every call, why I don't break when others fall. I don't need to be explained, I just needed less weight. You saw the win, not the war. You saw the calm, not the floor. I built it back with no one near. That's why my silence isn't fear. You had to be me to understand why I hold peace in my hand, why I drive with no regret, why I smile then forget. It wasn't luck, it wasn't planned, it was pain you couldn't stand. You had to be me to understand why I hold peace in my hand, why I drive with no regret, why I smile then forget. It wasn't luck, it wasn't planned, it was pain you couldn't stand. I don't wish it different, I just wish you'd seen it honest. You had to be me to understand why I stop shaking hands, why I say less now, why I sleep sound. You call it distance, I call it earned. Some of us had to burn. You had to be me to understand why I hold peace in my hand, why I drive with no regret, why I smile then forget. It wasn't luck, it wasn't planned, it was pain you couldn't stand. It used to matter who believed, who saw the fire underneath me. But now I drive and let it be. I don't explain what set me free. No more proving, no more wait. I'm not late, I'm not erased. I don't need eyes to find my worth. I built it quiet from the dirt. You don't see the nights I held 100 truths inside myself, but now I let the silence land and finally understand. No more proving, no more spin. I start over from within. I don't know a single name for how I made it through the flame. It's not pride, it's not pain, it's just the end of that old game. that's the line. Street lights blur, but I see clear. One hand on the wheel, one on my fear. The city's asleep, but I'm still awake. No one to answer, no one to fake. No one knows where I'm going, and I don't feel like showing what I left or what I need. I just drive, I just breathe. Windows down, thoughts in rows. Didn't pack, still somehow goes. I'm not lost, I'm not found. I just move without a sound. No one knows where I'm going, and I don't feel like slowing. What I was is out of frame. Now I drive without a name. Some people wait, some people chase. I just leave without a trace. Same turns, but I don't flinch, I don't burn. I used to fold, where I now glide. They wouldn't know me if they tried. They never recognize me now. Not the walk, not the sound. I'm quieter, but more complete. What I lost built what you see. You'd call it cold, I call it peace. You'd call it changed, I call it released. No need to prove, no need to speak. I let the silence do the peak. They never recognize me now. Not the breath, not the brow. I used to shrink to fit your mold. Now I wear what I withhold. They'd never recognize me now. Not the breath, not the brow. I used to shrink somehow that feels rare. They'd never recognize me now, and that's the point, that's the vow. I didn't heal to show the crowd, I changed so I could stand unbowed. I answer fast, I move on cue, always the one that pulls them through. I laugh on time, I look just fine, but no one asks what's under mine. No one asked if I was okay, they just smiled when I saved the day. No one paused, no one stayed. I was strong, so they looked away. I give advice, I take the calls, I sweep it up when someone falls. But I don't cry, I just delay the breakdown to another day. No one asked if I was okay, just assumed I'd find my way. No one checked, no one stayed. I was solid, so they didn't stay. And maybe they meant no harm, but I carry it all without alarm. No one asked if I was okay, and maybe I wouldn't have said anyway. But God, it would have meant something to hear it said. No one asked if I was okay, just assumed I'd find my way. No one checked, no one stayed. I was solid, so they didn't stay. And maybe they meant no harm, but I carry it all without alarm. No one asked if I was okay, and maybe I wouldn't have said anyway. But God, it would have meant something to hear it said. It's not a win, but I'm not gone. Didn't break, just carried on. No finish line, no parade, just me and the sky that didn't fade. Still here, still driving, still breathing quiet, every mile just proves I stayed, not for them, but for my name. Still here, still driving, still holding calm, still choosing peace where there was none. Didn't fight, didn't flee, just kept moving silently. Hey, they don't know the nights I lost, but I still show up at any cost. Still here, still driving, no applause, no rewrite, but somehow that feels right. Don't know the nights I lost, but I still show up at any cost. Still here, still driving, no applause, no rewrite, but somehow that feels right. You knew the version that played along, that smiled through what felt wrong. You loved the silence, you loved the ease, but that version isn't me. This version stays, no dim, no shift, no cleaning up, so you can live. This version drives, this version breathes, and if it's too much, then let me be. I gave too much to be understood, tried to be soft more than I should, but I won't fold to fit the frame. If you can't hold me, don't say my name. This version stays, no fade, no edit, no more rooms where I regret it. This version stands, this version feels, and every scar is part of the deal. You had the chance to know me clear. Now I drive without the fear. This version stays. I won't return to make you safe while I still burn. This version stays. Let the old one go. I finally like what I don't owe. If you saw me right now, would you still call me strong? Would you see the part that's held it in too long? No one knows what the quiet hides. It's not peace, it's just how I survive. If you saw me right now, driving alone, with songs that hurt and a mind I don't know, you'd stop saying I love how calm you stay. If you saw me right now, I left the light on in case I come home. But most nights I just drive until I'm gone. It's not about them, it's not revenge. I just don't know where I begin. If you saw me right now, would you still be proud? Or would the silence be too loud? Don't call it strength if you don't know the cost. Don't call it healing if I'm still lost. I look composed because no one stayed to see me any other way. If you saw me right now, would you even know that this version hurts slow? So if I seem like I'm doing fine, just know you never asked at the right time. I look composed because no one stayed to see me any other way. You knew the one that stayed too long, but let it slide to keep it calm. You knew the one that kept it down. Now I speak less, but wear the crown. You don't get to know this version, the one that rose without permission. You saw the fall, not the climb. Now I don't owe you any time. You don't get to know this version, the one that rose without permission. You saw the fall, not the climb. Now I don't owe you any time. I don't update, I don't explain. You gave distance, so I may change. You want the rights to what I've learned, but some chapters have to burn. You don't get This version doesn't need that now. You don't get to know this version, not the calm, not the flame. I built this me without your name, and that's why I drive away. Not the calm, not the flame. I built this me without your name, and that's why I drive away. Used to pack guilt like a second skin. Used to hold every could have been. But time doesn't wait for the ones who wake, so I let it go for my own sake. I don't carry that anymore, not the weight, not the war. I drive lighter now, I sleep deep. What didn't stay wasn't mine to keep. I kept too much for too long, turned every scar into a song. But I don't owe anyone pain. I can move on without shame. I don't carry that anymore, not the blame, not the door. You left it open, I walked past and didn't even look back. Healing didn't roar, it just got quiet and let me breathe. Without a riot, without a riot. I don't carry that anymore, not the name, not the score. I still remember, but not to feel, just to know I got out real. Kept too much for too long, turned every scar into a song. But I don't owe anyone pain. I can move on without shame. I don't carry that anymore, not the blame, not the door. You left it open, I walked past and didn't even look back. Look back, look back real. You said I wouldn't make it, I said we'll see. You said I needed saving, now look at me. I didn't argue, didn't explain, took the quiet road and stayed in my lane. Say less, watch me, that's how I move. No need to prove what I already knew. Say less, watch me, you had your turn. Now it's my fire, let it burn. You played loud, I played clear. You needed noise, I needed years. I stacked the silence like bricks in a plan. for who I am. You played loud, I played clear. You needed noise, I needed years. I stacked the silence like bricks in a plan. Now you're clapping for who I am. Say less, watch me, that's how I move. No need to prove what I already knew. Say less, watch me, it's not revenge, just a life you don't get to mend. Some people speak, some people build. Guess which one pays the bills? Say less, watch me, you'll hear my name in rooms I enter without blame. Say less, watch me, I don't forgive. I just drive and let you I passed the exit where you used to wait. Didn't slow down, didn't hesitate. I let the silence fill the space. Didn't check the mirror, didn't brace. I don't turn around, not even once. If I let go, then it's done. You might still hope, you might still drown, but I don't stop, I don't turn around. I kept the jacket you used to hate. Now it's the armor I wear on bad days. I don't explain, I just leave. Don't ask for truth, you won't believe. I don't turn around, not even once. If I let go, then it's done. You might still hope, you might still dream, but I won't fold, I won't redeem. Some roads deserve to be forgotten, and some people made sure they were. I don't turn around, I take the loss. I don't write letters, I don't cross. You wanted answers, I gave space. Now all you'll see is taillights fade. I I don't owe you my peace, not my time, not my sleep. You got the best when I had none. Now I walk and you're undone. You called me distant, I called it sane. I don't chase, I don't explain. My silence isn't cruel, it's earned. I let it go so I don't burn. I don't owe you my peace, I've paid enough in missing pieces. You called it cold, I called it free. You asked for love, but never saw me. Some people drain and never pour. Some doors aren't worth holding for. I don't owe you my peace, not again, not this time, not this me. No calls to answer, no roles to play, no one asking if I'm okay. No explanations, no defense. I've found more peace with less sense. Silence looks good on me, better than noise ever did. I wear it like armor, you wear guilt like skin. I don't need loud to feel complete. Silence looks good on me, and I think I'll keep it. I used to fill rooms, trying to stay. Now I let the silence lead the way. People talk, I let them. They never saw what I kept hidden. Silence looks good on me, better than chaos or praise. I want breath, I don't owe what I have left. If you ever care, you miss the sound. Of someone learning love to drown. Silence looks good on me, If you ever cared, you miss the sound of someone learning not to drown. Silence looks good on me, better than it used to feel. Not loud, not lost, just finally real. I don't need a plan, just a full tank. The road's enough, I've got blank. No maps, no calls, just sky and sound. I'm not lost, just unbound. Whatever's next, let it come. I won't run, I won't numb. Let the night unfold its name. Let the stars forget my shame. I left with nothing, but that felt clean. Every weight I dropped set me free. They said I'd need a place to land, but some of us are built to stand.